If the saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, is true, then I want you to be aware of how important reputation management is for your current success and for your future success. Today on Amplify Your Marketing Message, we're going to be talking about how do you curate your reputation both visibly and be aware of the hidden reputation you're casting in the marketplace to see predictable client results and more impact. Let's take a deep dive. One of the things I say to my clients all the time is it's so important that you curate your reputation. And we often start with the visible one. We take a look from a marketing perspective, from an audience building perspective, and from the offer generating and creation perspective. What is it that you stand for? This is often a question when I ask it that people feel a bit like deer in the headlights. I don't know what I stand for. This is something we have to get clear because it is the ultimate accelerator. And once we establish what it is that we stand for, we start to paint pictures of the experience of that in all of our touch points. What's so important for a client or a prospect to understand is that message is consistent. Every time that it is consistent, it reaffirms they're either in the right room or that they do not want to stay in your space. And that needs to be clear. So I tell clients we need to build messaging on your website, on your social media, through the client journey, through everyone who has a touch point with the experience, so that we are clear to deliver one message, sing from one song sheet. This is who we are, this is our reputation, and this is what we stand for. However, because this is an ever-evolving landscape, chances are that people have some disconnects. And those disconnects, if well managed, can be an awesome way to create a raving fan. But if they are left unchecked, they can be the reason why your client growth slows down. You fail to deliver the quality. You fail to deliver on the timeline. You start to sound like you're not trustworthy. And unfortunately, for the vast majority of current or past clients, they don't tell you where the break happens unless you intentionally ask and create safe spaces to have that conversation. If you don't make that correction, you will find your business almost essentially rots from the inside out. One of the truthful things that is a problem for most business owners is we can't see it. We think that we are delivering consistently. And that is why I will tell you, I'm often brought in to say, what is the first impression in your business? And ask the tough questions to ensure that we do show up with our very best foot. If we don't, that hidden reputation can cost you not just short-term income, but your future revenue, your future profitability, your future potential to create impact. Because the hidden reputation is essentially whether in rooms of opportunity people are saying your name or are omitting you from consideration. And I will tell you, the biggest accelerators have happened in my corporate career, the ones that have happened in my business, all have come down to the hidden reputation. Does she do what she says she's going to do? And can she be predictably bet on to get the result? I'm very blessed to say the answer is yes. And that's because I am focused always on curating my reputation. I often tell people really candidly, while I have a great successful track record in sales in every industry and every role I've carried, it isn't about the sale and the number that really drives me. It is reputation management. And I tell people if three things are happening in my business, I trust the sales numbers will happen. Number one, it's when people say, I got your name from someone else. What that means is my reputation, both hidden and overt, are something people will bet on. They will warm introduction me to new opportunities. They will refer people to me and they will say, she's a good egg. Go have a conversation with her. So getting referrals comes down to reputation for doing what you say you're going to do and standing firm on your values. The second key thing that I look for from a measure is when people say, I'd like your opinion on something. Often they're coming to me as an expert. And my goal is not to help them make a decision, but to guide the questions that will help them make an informed one. I'm not tied to the outcome. And that's why I often tell people, I view myself as a thinking partner. Your business, your decision is 100% in your control. But if you need a sounding board with a lot of experience, that is a role I would happily play when I'm invited to do that and give my opinion. And to be prepared that that opinion might not be what you want to hear, because I'm not biased to winning the opinion war. I'm here to help you make a better decision by being the rounding out question person to help you get there. The third thing that I want to be doing all the time in my business that is curating the reputation is when people come to me saying, I'd like to know whether this is a good long-term investment. Because what's really important when people come to me asking that type of question is they recognize that I'm not in it only for the short term. I am certainly going to celebrate every new beginning in a short-term capacity, but my expertise and my value and who I choose to work and play with comes down to the long-term win. And that's why I say to people, we're not going to solve working together in a nanosecond. My programs start with a minimum period of time together, because this is about thinking, making better decisions, and owning the integrity of what we stand for, both publicly and privately. When those three things are happening in my business, I always know my business is in good health. My reputation is in good health. And how I show up day to day is always influencing whether these things are predictable in my business. So I want you to be thinking about, what are you doing to curate an intentional reputation? What do you stand for? And if you're not sure, let's have a conversation and help you figure that out. And then we're going to take the next step, which is, how do you embody that? And simple things build your hidden reputation. Do you show up on time? Do you say you're going to do something and follow through? Do you create a fun environment for other people to want to be around? Do you create new opportunities for other people? And do you give at the highest level without expecting anything in return? This is what will drive your hidden reputation. And I will tell you, it's funny, we were just thinking about this the other day in conversation. Some of the biggest opportunities in my life have come from doors I didn't even know were opening for me because of the hidden agenda. And that agenda was built because I simply showed up as a good human being. You've heard this many times on Amplify Your Marketing Message. I want the human back in the business. It is okay to have missteps in your reputation, but you must manage this actively. You must have the courage to listen to feedback, to find out where the wrinkles are and take corrective action, both in how you as the business owner or solopreneur are showing up, but more importantly, also how your team is embodying and living it. Because here's what it really comes down to. You are teaching people around you, your clients, your potential clients, your peers in business, your other business owners, and more importantly, joint venture partners, how to treat you and how you expect to be treated. You must hold the standard. Many years ago in business, I was on an event, and I can remember being a young, inexperienced person who traveled on business, and we encountered a situation where a partner of ours arrived late at night, had dinner with us, and the rest of their local team went home. And we looked at this young person and said, "So where are you staying?" He said, "I don't know. I thought the team made a room reservation for me, but I don't have a room." Our hotel was sold out, and so were most of the hotels in the downtown core, because this was a very big trade show. I looked across the room and said, we need to solve this. We need to be good people and support this person who did not have support from their team. I offered in that moment to trade hotel rooms with my peer, with my colleague, because I had 2 beds. I said, I could solve this. If you're willing to share a room with him, I will offer you my room and take yours. We didn't do this to cast, a deal. We didn't do this with an agenda. We just thought, I've been there. We can help. Let's be good humans. I will tell you that changed the team dynamic. That changed how we were perceived as partners. And I ultimately slept great that night because I knew I just showed up as a good human being. I want to cast your vision. Your reputation is the gold your business is built around. You need to be intentional with all of your touch points. You need to have a sounding board. You need to have somebody else as a thinking partner to help you craft it, help you manage it, and be encouraging the feedback that said, where am I off course? The sooner you take course correction, the bigger opportunities that will come your way, because you want to be known for the good things. You want to be known as an exceptional human being that people want to do business with. Every time you build that reputation and you deliver at the highest level, new doors of opportunity are happening because people are saying in a room full of opportunities, your name. I want that for you. So if you need some help, let's have a conversation. I am your host. This is Amplify Your Marketing Message. I want you to subscribe to this. I want you to listen to the episodes, and I want you to know that your business is built on 3 foundations. Build an audience. Talk to them as a human being and show up as the best version of you, and be the guide to help them get the results and show them predictable confidence that you were a safe bet. This is Christine Campbell Rapin. I'll see you on our next episode.